When Chloe told me I couldn't come to her birthday party, I honestly thought she was joking. We'd been together for almost 3 years. Through job losses, family fights, even her ridiculous obsession with redecorating the apartment every 6 months. I'd been her biggest supporter. So when she dropped that line over dinner, calmly cutting her steak, I froze. "I just think it'd be weird," she said, not even meeting my eyes. "Evan's going to be there, and, we've all been friends for years. I don't want things to get awkward." Evan, her ex, the same guy who used to send her late night, "I miss you" texts in the early months of our relationship. The same guy who once accidentally showed up at her mom's house during Thanksgiving. I stared at her, trying to read her face, searching for even a flicker of understanding. But all I saw was indifference. Like she'd rehearsed the line a dozen times and just wanted to get it over with. "So, I'm not invited to my girlfriend's birthday party?" I asked quietly. She sighed. "Don't make it a big deal, Jake. It's just one night. I want to keep the peace." That line hit me harder than any argument we'd ever had. Keep the peace. Like my presence was some kind of threat. For the next few days, she acted like nothing had happened. Texting me memes, asking what I wanted for dinner, sending selfies from work. But every time I looked at her, something in me twisted. I wasn't angry yet, just hollow. The night of the party, she left the house in a black dress I'd bought her for our anniversary. "Don't wait up," she said casually. "It might go late." I didn't respond. I just watched her leave, perfume hanging in the air like an accusation. At first, I tried to distract myself. TV, a few beers, even scrolled through my phone pretending not to care. But every time I opened Instagram, my stomach dropped. Her friends were already posting stories, the music, the lights, the fake laughter. And then, there it was, a short clip of her with Evan standing way too close, laughing at something he whispered. I felt my jaw tighten. I wasn't the jealous type, but this wasn't jealousy. This was disrespect, carefully disguised as keeping the peace. By midnight, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Chloe had forgotten one thing about me. I didn't lash out when I was angry. I planned. And when I planned, I made sure people remembered. The next morning, while she was still probably sleeping off her cocktails, I got to work. Chloe had left her work laptop at home, and that laptop was synced with her personal Google Drive. We'd set it up together a year ago when she was doing freelance projects. I wasn't snooping, but curiosity has a way of digging up truth you didn't ask for. Inside one folder labeled Photo Shoot References, I found something else. Screenshots, messages, conversations between her and Evan that went way beyond keeping the peace. Flirty texts, plans to catch up privately. Even one message where she said, "Don't worry, Jake won't be there. He doesn't need to know everything." My chest went cold. It wasn't just betrayal. It was premeditated humiliation. That's when my revenge started forming, not out of rage, but out of clarity. I wasn't going to scream, fight, or beg. I was going to give her exactly what she wanted. A life where I wasn't in the way. When she finally stumbled home that afternoon, still wearing the same dress, she tried to act normal. "Hey," she mumbled, grabbing a water bottle. "Party was great. Everyone asked about you." I smiled. "Really? Did Evan?" She froze for half a second, then forced a laugh. "Oh my God, Jake, are you seriously?" But I cut her off. "No worries," I said. "You'll have plenty of time to explain to him. I left your things by the door." She blinked, confusion flickering in her eyes as she turned toward the doorway. 2 duffel bags sat neatly by the entrance. Her clothes, her makeup case, even the framed photo of us she'd kept on her nightstand. "What is this?" she asked, her voice cracking slightly. I stayed calm. "You said you didn't want me at your party. I figured you probably don't want me in your life either." "Jake, stop being dramatic," she said, taking a hesitant step forward. "You're overreacting." I leaned against the counter, arms folded. "Am I? Because last night, while you were keeping the peace, I found out how much of it you've been keeping from me." Her eyes darted nervously. "What are you talking about?" I pulled out my phone, opened the folder on her sync drive, and held it up. You might want to rename your files next time. Photoshoot references was a nice touch, though. Color drained from her face. She opened her mouth, then closed it again, searching for the right lie but finding none. "Jake, please," she finally whispered. "It wasn't what it looked like." I gave a small, humorless laugh. "Then you'll be glad to know I didn't send anything to your office. Or your mom. Or Evan's girlfriend. I could have. But I didn't." Her lip trembled. "Then what are you going to do?" I looked her dead in the eye. "I'm going to disappear. No scene. No explanation. You'll wake up one day and realize the silence you gave me came back to stay." That was the part she didn't understand. Sometimes revenge isn't fire, it's absence. It's the moment someone realizes they lost the person who would have forgiven them. She followed me to the door, tears beginning to stream down her face. "You can't just leave like this." "I can," I said softly. "And I already did." When the door closed behind me, I expected anger or relief. Instead, I felt peace. A strange, quiet kind of peace that comes when you stop fighting for someone who's already gone. I spent the next few days clearing my things, canceling shared accounts, removing my name from the lease. No shouting, no revenge posts, just silence. And silence, it turns out, echoes louder than rage. A week later, I got a text from her. "Jake, please, can we talk? I made a mistake." I didn't respond. Then another. "You're really just walking away like this?" Still nothing. 3 weeks passed before the real message arrived. Not from her, but from Evan's girlfriend, Laura. I didn't know her personally, but she'd found my profile somehow. "Hey, I don't know what happened between you and Chloe, but I thought you should know she's been messaging Evan again. I dumped him yesterday." I smiled faintly, not because I was happy, but because the cycle was so predictable. Chloe always needed attention like oxygen. And once one source dried up, she'd find another. But this time, she wasn't going to find it in me. Months went by. I focused on my work, hit the gym again, started traveling, all the things I'd put on hold for her. Every now and then, mutual friends would mention she'd been asking about me. I never asked back. Then one night, I got tagged in an old photo, our anniversary picture, the same one she'd framed by her bed. The caption read, "You never know what you have until it's gone." I didn't comment. I didn't even untag myself. I just let it sit there, a digital ghost of a chapter already closed. Because my revenge had already done its job. It wasn't about humiliation or payback. It was about reclaiming the dignity she tried to take from me. And the best part? The last message she ever sent me, months later, said it all. "I wish you'd fought for me." I stared at it for a moment before deleting the thread. "No," I thought, "you never deserved a fight."